Welcome to Heart and Soul Fulfillment for highly sensitive healers. I'm Purpose Fulfillment Guide and author Rosalind Elena McGrath. And today I'm sharing the 7 keys to cultivate your courage to flourish your gifts. And this is such an important topic because it does take courage to flourish our gifts. And our gifts are so crucial to this planet and to our fulfillment. And when we're not moving forward with that, right? We can feel less than, right? You might feel like you're missing the mark or like your real self is hidden even in some way. You might start to feel kind of grumpy or even envious, perhaps when you see someone else sharing their gifts in the type of way that you'd like to. So we'll get right into these 7 keys here. And the first one is to recognize that it's worth moving through your fears for the benefits that flourishing your gifts provide to you as well as to others. The second key is to commit to doing so, right? That commitment begins to call in the inner and outer resources that you need to do this. The third key is to recall times that you've had positive outcomes from using your courage in any sort of scenario. So I invite you to take a moment considering those first 3 keys and just honestly check in where you're at with it, right? Because there's always more to flourishing our gifts. And again, it does take that courage, especially since what we do is not necessarily in sync with the mainstream of our culture. So, are you recognizing that it's worth moving through your fears for the benefits that your gifts will provide you and others? So maybe just jot a note down for yourself. Yes, it's worth it, or I don't feel like it is. Right? 2, going back to number 2, are you committed, truly committed? Are you willing to take this moment and commit now to cultivating your courage to flourish your gifts? And right, is that a hell yes? Well, record that, right? By writing that down, you start to put that in your living record. And that that third key, right? Recall times you've had positive outcomes from using your courage. And that positive outcome can be, and often is, I felt really good about myself, right? So just jotting down a quick note about some times, some feelings, and going on now to the fourth key, and that's to draw upon and develop your emotional and spiritual support system of earthly and spiritual benefactors. So I invite you just really fast, write down first ones that come to mind of these benefactors. Get at least 5. If you want to pause the video, feel free, but 30 seconds tops. So moving on to the 5th key now, and that's to look to examples of others that inspire you, not that provoke a negative comparison, like, oh, I wish I was more like that, but ooh, like, yeah, look at that person go, right? When I think of Malala and how she used her courage, right? This young person who had not been in that type of life or death situation before, right? And her courage kicked in, and that's inspiring. So whatever is inspiring for you, maybe note some examples for yourself and connect in with that feeling of inspiration. The sixth key is to recognize and rewire fear programs that may be running in the background. Now, this is the type of thing that I work with a lot with my Flourish Your Purpose Center members. You may have some ways that you work with this yourself. Perhaps you'd like to find out more about some ways that work quite quickly, naturally, and effectively. And if so, I have an opportunity coming up with a free masterclass I'll tell you a little bit more about. But certainly, right, as human beings, we all have been exposed to thinking that has provoked fear on some level of our being. So if something's coming to your attention now about that, just jot that down for yourself. And the seventh key is understanding where you're at in the cycles of brilliance, because we do have cycles in our life. So the cycles of brilliance is a model that I developed, and I will be sharing more about soon. If you go to my events page, which is at empoweringlightworks.com/events, you can find out more about my free masterclass, Cracking the Code to Your Cycles of Brilliance. And I look forward to connecting with you there if you'd like to explore what that is with me. And I want to thank you for taking this time to listen and check in with these keys for yourself. I'd love to hear any ahas that came up for you, if you'd share that in the comments. And of course, please like and subscribe to this channel if you'd like to hear more. So thank you so much, and I look forward to connecting with you soon. Namaste and many blessings.